Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hello? Hold on. Okay, is mic working? Hmm. Oh, Merry Christmas on the ice world. Hmm. Oh, hey there, Mario Gamer 2 and Royalty Family fans. How's it going? And good morning, good afternoon. Let's see, how you been? Um, so, I finally just to do my Sonic Frontiers review. Been putting it off for so long that I almost forgot about it. I was forgetting about it, so I kept having to change and reschedule. But finally, I'm doing my Sonic Frontiers review of it. Good. Oh, you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm doing good as well. How was your Christmas? But anyway though, yo, what's up? Rainbow 999999999. Happy New Year's, buddy. But anyway, I want to talk about my personal, honest review of Sonic Frontiers. I also start saying that I love the game. Sonic is back and he's better than ever, in my honest opinion. This is well. Let's be honest. The music in Sonic games have always been lit, but it's just that Sonic Frontiers music was just so much more, especially when it came to the boss battles. The boss battle, the music definitely, other than the gameplay, the boss battles, and the fact that you get to play as Super Sonic on each boss battle was freaking worth it. Excuse my language, but it was just that awesome. And each boss was very unique in its own way, and kind of a reference to older games, especially when you face off against the Night Titan in the third island. Island. That's a clear reference to Sonic and the Black Knight. Okay, let's be honest, and that's because let's remember how everybody kind of was making jokes and poking fun and hating on the fact that Sonic was using a sword. Everybody was hating on that, hating on Sonic. Why the fuck is Sonic using a sword? He doesn't need a sword. He's already awesome already. Well, he fights a knight again. He's back to fighting a knight, and he uses a sword to finish the knight off. Once you gonna get to the own point when you're beating the boss, supposed to beat the knight, of course. Mario Gamer 2 says, "Good, I got Sonic Frontiers. Nice, and I'm telling you, bro, that's a good investment. You will love that game. You will love it. You will, yeah, you'll probably cherish it. I know I am. I'm cherishing mine. I got mine digitally, that is, though. I didn't get a game disc copy. I was too lazy to get off my fat rump and go to the GameStop and get a disc. So I decided, you know what? Screw that. I was going to go buy it and get it digital. So if you all were hoping to borrow it from me, yeah, you're out of luck. Lingbo 99999 says the Sonic movie this year was awesome. Hey, I know, right? Even that was lit. I only saw some of the movie, but not all of it. But I'd seen enough to know that it was awesome. The fact that they had Team Sonic together and Super Sonic, yo, they made Super Sonic look so lit in the movie. Alright, I thought they were gonna. Okay, how they gonna have Sonic super form look in the movie though? If they're gonna have that in there, and they didn't disappoint. It was pretty awesome, well made, well detailed. Knuckles looking super cool and super badass. Like, yo, remember how people used to say? I remember when Knuckles used to be black. Well, the reason why people say that because when you used to play the older games back when Sonic was like lit, the gameplay was lit and everything. Like, you would always hear Knuckles' theme music be hip hop music, and Knuckles would basically be the black guy of the group. Hence why people say, "Man, I miss when back when Knuckles was black." That's real. He may have been a kidnap, but that he was the blackest character in the franchise. And the fact it just that Idris Elba did such a great job voicing Knuckles. He really captured the character, the badassery that we were so used to. For some of us who did grow up watching and playing the games back in the days as well, or at a certain point in time, like he really captured Knuckles. Tails wasn't that bad either. He was pretty awesome and very reliable, actually. Like I actually like the movie Tails better than the game. In the current game franchise Tails, to be real. Even though Sonic Frontiers Tails was a lot better than Sonic Forces Tails, in my opinion. Because Sonic Forces Tails just pissed me off. He went back to being the Tails that curled like a little bitch, wait for Sonic to come save him. Despite all the character development he had before prior, like in Sonic Adventure series and all that. I was like, what happened to all that character development, all that bravery, all the times you balls up on the bad guys, all of a sudden you folded like a little hoe when bad guys come your way. Like Sonic Forces really did Tails dirty. They really did Tails dirty. But anyway. Mario Gamer 2 says, just played it. It's awesome. I know, right? I know it's awesome. Oh, hey, Tayana, Howard, love, bless. How you been? Good morning and good afternoon to you. Sonic is pretty much a running chainsaw. I know, right? Especially if you still watch one of the older cartoons where when he rolled curves in the ball, it sounded like a chainsaw. He looked like a rolling chainsaw. Are you talking about Sonic Prince? I'm talking about Sonic Frontiers, the game, and amongst other media as well. The movie may be included because the movie was awesome. The first one and the second one. I can't wait to see Sonic Prime 2 as well. I heard it's pretty awesome as well. And it's worth, and it's not. And you know how when Netflix usually gets a series or gets something based off off a franchise, or tries to do a sequel or a remake or something like that, it usually ends up bad. But from what I've heard, Sonic Prime is very good. The movies on Netflix, Sonic Prime. Yeah, I need to go watch that after this though. I really need to. I haven't watched it yet. I heard it's awesome. But back to the game. Back to the home game. That's Sonic. Another thing about Sonic Frontiers is that it introduced a lot of gameplay mechanics, like other than the usual, like a change in combat. The combat system was better. Is actually better than all the previous games. Not only Sonic goes off hands with people, but he has all kinds of new techniques. Like he can create all kinds of energy versions of like copycats of himself and use those on the blast on aim at enemies and stuff like that. All kinds of stuff. Create giant. I mean, he can already create tornadoes and stuff like that. But it's the fact that how they made him do it, like make a whole rainbow circle of that, and then once he releases it, and then poof, send them flying, and then leaves them open for a whole ass whooping. And then once you get a certain amount of rings, like a peak amount of rings, Sonic all of a sudden gets an electric charge of power. And in the animation, when he shows that he's at, I guess you could say at full power or something like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty lit. And they went all out with Sonic Frontiers. I feel like Sega has finally learned from their mistakes from the previous games, and they said, you know what? Let's stop repeating the same dumb mistake and actually do something different and do something right. And let's look back on all the old games and how it was done, and try to learn from those old games, and try to make the best Sonic game to bring this franchise back and bring Sonic back into the public. Like he's never been out of the public, but bring back the love they had for Sonic. And it says, I seen some clip of you on YouTube on Sonic Prime. Same. Nice. And then I like the new antagonists that they brought, the Titans and stuff like that, and the robot monsters. I forgot what they're called. Dang. But like the Ninja, the Shinobi Titan, the Squid Titan, the Shark Titan, all the kinds of Titans, like those the Titans were such a great addition. Those Titans, there were so many different varieties of bosses, of miniature sub bosses, Sumo Titan, all that stuff. That each of these sub bosses made the game even more challenging and much more cooler because each boss was so badass in their own way. And these were sub bosses. Now they weren't as badasses as the big boss, the main bosses, but they still made the game entertaining and fun to keep you entertained, keep you so interested, and keep you wanting to keep playing, go further into the game. I especially love how they made Supersonic relevant and important again, like it used to be. Before they started doing all these games and having Sonic have all these other super forms like the Golden Knight form, the Genie form, and all that stuff that they had him going. Like they had all kinds of weird super forms of Sonic in all the previous games. Which is why I was so happy when they brought back the relevance and importance of the original super form that Sonic had. Has always had Sonic's most iconic super form and power up, Super Sonic. You know, gathering all the 7 emeralds, bringing them together to make him into Super Sonic. Like it really brought back the relevance and importance of Super Sonic and reminded us that no matter what super form that Sonic has, Super Sonic form and also Hyper Sonic form are his best go-to form. Period. Like in the battle animation when Super Sonic faces off against the bosses, the main bosses, was just out of this world. And I was and I'm the one playing the game, and I still say it was out of this world. Like when the game made the boss character, the main boss is so powerful that you had to be Super Sonic to beat them. I like that. That's something unique. I liked that. I think making it where Sonic can't beat these bosses unless he has all 7 emeralds and becomes Super Sonic. And for the generation who didn't grow up seeing the relevance and importance of Super Sonic form, let me tell you, man, that form was very important, especially seeing Sonic X. I never liked it too much, the other super forms that the other games that introduced and shown us. I always preferred the original Super Sonic form when he could use it with all the Chaos Emeralds. Bro, that's the only form I love the most and cared the most about. Because to me, that's always would be Sonic's main super form, unless you count Hyper form, well, Hyper Sonic form. Prayana says, I like to see full movie. I know, right? You will love the movie. Trust me, you'll love the movie. You will love it. It's worth it. I like to try to see Sonic Prime. Facts, right? Super Sonic never gets old. Exactly, it never gets old. I can never get tired of Super Sonic form because you just get look. No matter how many forms you come up with in all these other offshoot ass games, Super Sonic form will always be the best and most iconic form that Sonic had. Why you think he stole that form from? Why you think they based it off Super Saiyan? I used to call Super Sonic Super Saiyan form Sonic, or call it his Super Saiyan form. Because let's be real, Super Sonic form is basically Super Saiyan. It's basically Super Saiyan form. Hence why I like to say whenever I want to differentiate Sonic super forms, I call it, we talking about Super Saiyan on Sonic, or we talking about Hyper Sonic. So let's be real. A lot of Sonic stuff is kind of based off of came from Dragon Ball Z. You know, 7 emeralds, 7 Dragon Balls, Super Saiyan, Super Form, amongst other things. I will see some clip is good, look good, right? What else is it? Oh yeah. I looked how they just made even the minor enemies difficult to beat. That also added more challenge to the game. That you would even have a tough time taking on minor bad guys. You know, the usual bad guys like where you just take out whenever you go on the adventure, like robots stuff, like kind of like Eggbots. Except these type of bad guys were way tougher than Eggbots or any type of Eggbot. Like way tougher. Like you actually have to put in work and put in effort to actually take down even a minor boss, minor bad guys, compared to you have to do with the sub bosses or the main bad guys. Nice. I also liked the female character that kind of led the story up there. Yeah, Sage. Sage is pretty cool. I always thought she was annoying but mysterious. But that would pique my interest more about her and maybe like more. She come off as kind of mysterious, but yet annoying sometimes too. But still, it was her mystique that caught my interest. Maybe want to keep going as well. Also, if you move some letters around in Sage's name, if you move the E and the A, Sage's name is basically Sega, which is very clever of Sega to do. Like name her Sage, even though all you did was move the E and the A and put, you know, Sage Sega. Honestly, I feel like that. I see that was pretty clever. I ain't gonna lie, that was clever. I had missed it till my buddy Anime Agent had brought it to my attention. I think it was Anime Agent that said, you know, Sage is basically Sega, right? I said, what? He said that, oh yeah, if you just move the E to A, you know, he said there's places, his basically will spell Sega. And I'm like, wow, that is true. That is so true. Rainbow 999 said Jim K was perfect as Professor Robotnik. That's Dr. Robotnik. But yes, he was definitely perfect. I was worried at first. I know Jim K is a good actor, but I was thinking like, wouldn't he have to? If he's gonna portray Eggman, wouldn't he have to have gain some weight, look kind of portly and stuff, or just wear a fat suit? I mean, he had the mustache in there, right? Too. He had the eccentricness, right? The ego, right? And the mean spirited personality and everything right about Eggman. It was just like I was looking more at that, like when you get the look right. The look wasn't bad. I feel like Jim King was the best version of Robotnik and the only person. If they were to do another Sonic franchise movie, they would have to go do the way of trying to outdo Jim Carrey's version of Dr. Robotnik, because Jim Carrey set a standard there, bro. When he played the Dr. Robotnik, even though he proved that he doesn't have to look portly to look like Eggman or portray Eggman perfectly. It is all in the character and all in the personality and all in the. It's just how you portray yourself as the character. Bravo, Jim Carrey. Bravo, bro. But then again, what do you expect? The guy killed every role. Has killed it in every role he's ever been in my own opinion. This is one of the original, in living color comedians. So can we really say that it was unexpected to see Jim Carrey kill the role and make it awesome? No, it's Jim Carrey we're talking about. We should have known this man could carry the weight in the role of being Dr. Eggman, and he made it. Even though he was trying to be as evil as he can by being Eggman, he still made Eggman such a cool and likable character, despite being the bad guy. Despite Eggman is the bad guy overall. He made Eggman seem like one of the most badass and most coolest villains ever. I should do a poll. Who's more badass? Jim Carrey's Eggman or Thanos? Or MCU Thanos? So they both were amazing villains in their own way. And let me tell you, each stage, I liked the stages too. The stages were not, now, don't get me wrong, the stages were not very long. They were pretty short. Actually, I think they were shorter than the stages in Sonic Forces. But despite them being short, they were they were hella challenging, and they and those stages pushed you to actually try to be on perfection, try to achieve all requirements and goals. If you will see my gameplay, I struggled on a lot of stages to try to get S rank, to try to get all the 5 stars, to try to get all the beat the time, to try to get. Well, I didn't have much trouble with getting on the ring because ring is common for people to try to gather as many rings as you can on every stage. It's kind of a main staple of Sonic games when it comes to ring. Now, as I did play the game, I did get better at getting all 4 requirements on the first try. But there will always come that one, those certain stages that will kill my confidence and piss me off, and will push me to do better and try to keep going. That's what I'm saying. I don't care how short the stages were; those stages push me to keep going and trying till I get it right. That's another thing. Like the stages actually make you motivated to keep playing, to keep trying, and trying to beat the game and get the best score out in the stages, on each island, on each stage. Even though there was limited amount of stages in each island and they were short, you were motivated to keep trying, keep pushing to achieve perfection on every stage. When has any Sonic game before Adventure? When has any Sonic games ever done that? The only Sonic game that's done that was the ones doing Adventure Battle and all that stuff. Those games, those Sonic game stages push you to do the best you can, be the best you can, get the best score you can. And I missed that. So when I played Sonic Frontiers, that fire in me was literally lit, and it was like, yo, what's this fire that's inside me that's pushing me to keep going, keep trying? That's the fire I had when I used to play all the other old Sonic games from Sonic Adventure Battle and all that. Even Sonic 2006 pushed me to try to get the best score on every stage. In a way, that's one thing that every Sonic game pushes their own. That's one of the best things of the Sonic games, that they push you to try to get the best score. But even though lately you just don't get as fired up to go that far as hard as you would in Sonic Frontiers, because it's like the stages usually tend to be so simple, but except Sonic Frontiers, the stages, though short, were difficult and challenging because the minor bad guys were difficult to take down. You can't really one shot them. Some of them you can't one shot like you used to, and you have to be get to test your reaction time, and you have to really beat the time. And you have a short and difficult time to beat. So even if the stages were short, you didn't get a lot of time. The timers you had to beat were very challenging to beat. Like 55 seconds, 1 minute, and I was like, wow, they expect you to beat this time, but yet I was so motivated to push and actually beat those times and get a perfect score on every stage. And each time you get a perfect on every stage and beat all the requirements, the more keys you get, so you can get more, so you can be able to access each and every Chaos Emerald and beyond. It makes you one step closer to getting all the Chaos Emeralds, and eventually becoming Super Sonic and facing off against the main bosses. Speaking of the main bosses, The first main boss I want to talk about, which we always saw in all the media, which was the most advertised boss, Gigantor. When I first fought Gigantor, it felt like the final battle. It just felt like the final battle. The way the music was, the way he was so challenging, so difficult when Sonic couldn't beat him in regular form, and the way the spins that were set up when you face off the Gigantor, it made it feel like, oh, this is the final battle. But you remember, no, there are 3 other Titans that you have to face after Gigantor. Like, it built that tension, even though you know there are 3 others. It pulled you in and think that, yo, you do, even though this is not the last boss, it felt like the final boss. It felt like the final boss in every boss battle. And the music is accentuated and complemented those boss battles. Each boss battle was more lit than the next. Each music, each OST of boss battle was, in my opinion, better than the next, if not equally better as the next. The best songs in the best game songs in the game were the boss theme. Like, it just lets you know that Sega went all out with Sonic Frontier. They went all out. They learned from the previous games that they've done that didn't measure up, and decided, you know what, we're gonna learn from these other games, and we're gonna make the game and make Sonic back to being the standard of gaming. We're gonna bring Sonic back to this Sonic Frontier. We're gonna come back with this. We gonna bring Sonic back. We're gonna stop making the same mistakes and bring Sonic back. And I feel like they did it. To the point where I feel like Sonic Frontier should have been nominated. It should have won an award for something. It definitely should have won an award for best OST, because it had the best gaming music, in my opinion. There's no dang way it shouldn't have won something. It should have won at least an award for OST. It should have won something. It should have at least been nominated. I think it was nominated. I don't know. Who's done? Oh, hey, Dragon Gamer. How's it going, buddy? I'm just doing a Sonic Frontiers review that I've been putting up for so long. But finally getting it out of the way and doing it, you know. How have you been? But anyways, I feel like Sonic Frontiers was cheated. It should have been nominated. It should have won an award for something. It may not be for gameplay, but OST. Let's be real. One thing that Sonic games have always set a standard for, and has always been consistent, outside of anything, is the music. Its music has always set a standard. Its music still gets bumped on you, gets bumped out everybody, even hip hop fans or any kind of fan, pop fans, rock fans, hip hop fans. The Sonic music sets the standard, and I feel like because of all the previous or bad games, people forget that the game that be having the best OST next to Tekken, because Tekken do be having incredible game music as well, and could be the only thing that can compete with Sonic franchise when it comes to gaming music. Is Sonic franchise. And I'm just being honest, because I'm also a Tekken fan too. A major Tekken fan. And Tekken, out of all the fighting games, Tekken be having the best OST. The best game music. I'm good. You, bro? I'm doing good as well, bro. I'm glad you're doing good as well. And China says still here. Oh, okay. Thank you for lasting this long with my review. I know I could be a little long-winded, or if I'm boring you all, I'm sorry. I'm just getting excited now because I love the game. Really got me excited. I probably might play it again. Do a little season 2 gameplay for next year, upcoming year. That is. That might be lit. I'm gonna try to do. I might play it again. I'll do it. Whole stream it again for next year. I might. I might even try. I'm also trying to stream other games as well. Trying to diversify. Trying to slow down Digimon and go and just do other games. Do other anime gameplays as well. But yeah, but that's not the point. Also, what what was cool, but what annoyed me sometimes with the side activities. You know, side activities did play a part in you gaining inroads and part of the main story. They kind of were annoying sometimes. They kind of frustrating. But they, like I said, even the side stories motivated me to keep trying, keep going, keep trying. Thinking like, even when there was no emerald involved and there was no emerald in it for me, I still wanted to push hard to complete the side story, the side quest. When has anybody ever been motivated to complete a Sonic game side quest? No one. That just shows you how awesome the Sonic Frontiers game was and is. Let's just hope and pray that Sega continues this continues it. Let's just hope they don't drop the ball after regaining the ball. Let's just hope they continue this consistency or take it to the next level. Because I feel like they probably could take it to the next level if they want to, or if they really put their mind to it. You know? Let's just hope and pray that they don't drop the ball again like they used to, and actually keep it all going, keep the momentum going, or bring it upwards, grow the momentum even. Let's just hope and pray. I'm hoping and pray they keep the momentum going, or better yet, no, grow the momentum. But keep it going is also good too. Hey, was. Okay. But yeah. That's almost about it for what I got to say for Sonic Frontiers. You know, for all I say is for those of you who think about is Sonic Frontiers a good investment? Yes, it is. I recommend you buy it. I strongly believe that you will enjoy it again. You will enjoy yourself, and you will be impressed by what the game has to offer. I know I was. But that's just me speaking as a long-time Sonic fan as well. But I strongly believe and feel that you will be impressed. You will love the game, and you will see it as a worthy investment. So, Dragon the Gamer says, I got the game, bro. Nice. Have you already played it yet? Have you enjoy it, right? You love it, right? Like, it's okay to give it on the opinion. You know? I've heard some people say that the game sucked, or the game was ass, or the game was no better than the rest of the game. I was like, what? How? Like, how is it not good? How you think it sucks? You must have played only a small bit of it and then just quit. That's how I believe. Because some people will do that. Some people will do that crap. Will play a little bit of the game and then say, "Oh, this sucks," and just give up, and not even try to go any further. Not even try to give any more of a chance, or putting enough time into it, putting a lot of time, or putting any time into it. Just put minimal effort and just give a bad review and say, "Oh, this sucks," and this, that, and I didn't like this and like that. Like, really, dude. Like, sometimes you can't always go with what everybody says, unless they're legit dedicated to what they do and actually have played enough of the game, or played through the game, or at least played enough. No, that's how I see it. If you ain't played enough of the game, or at least played through the game enough, played through the game to the end or something like that, and you just played a small amount of the game or minimum amount of the game, then your opinion doesn't mean nothing, because like you're just saying stuff for not even putting enough effort to actually try to get more of the experience. Try to enjoy the game. You're just playing a minimum amount of it and then saying, "Oh, it sucks." And then you also have those people who will buy a game, play for like 2 or 3 days, then go back to GameStop and get their refund. Not even going through that much or that far. Now some will go through at least a significant part of a game, and then still either have a mixed opinion or a bad opinion, and gonna take it right back to GameStop and get their money back. Like there are those people. But either way, do not let those people discourage you from buying what you like and buying what you feel is awesome. Think for yourself and look like what you want to like. That's what I do. I don't let nobody tell me like, well, what's this game so that well, if it sucks, then why are you here? Or if it sucks, then why are you commenting? Well, if you don't like it, then why do you care to tell me that it sucks? Exactly. You know, that's what I say to naysayers. If you think it sucks, then why do you bother putting out the energy to tell me it sucks, rather than just going about your business, or make a damn review like everybody else, you know? All right, what in this stream? Let me see what everybody's saying. I enjoy it, bro. Awesome, glad you did. Keep enjoying it. And oh, what's up, SF Niner Sports Nation? How's it going, buddy? Welcome. But anyway, I'm about to end the stream. That's about it for my Sonic Frontiers review. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all have an awesome time with it. I know you will. And may the Sonic Frontiers be with you. Okay, that sounded pretty cringe. Let me just wait. Let me get out of here. I sound pretty cringe now. Bye-bye. God, that sounded so cringe. But as I said, I'm about to go now. I'll catch you all later. Hope you all enjoy the game.